Hello, I'm Dr. Rob Robertson. I'm a medical doctor who for the past 5 years has been teaching people like you how to stay well through a preventive medicine program. Recently, I've devoted all of my time to talking about a product called Transfer Factor Plus. I feel that Transfer Factor Plus can be just as important as the discovery of penicillin in 1928 by Sir Alexander Fleming, or as equally beneficial as the introduction of the polio vaccine by Dr. Jonas Salk in 1952. How can I say this? Because Transfer Factor Plus can be our best guarantee of having a healthy, vital, intelligent, and strong immune system. Because medical researchers and practitioners realize that all disease, with only a few exceptions, is caused by immune system dysfunction. And if we can change that dysfunctional system to a healthy, functional system, much of what we experience as disease can be prevented. And prevention is going to have to be the key word in order to achieve good health in the future. So let's look at some facts. We're losing the war against infectious diseases, and we're certainly not winning the war against cancer. Autoimmune diseases are becoming more prevalent, and allergies and hypersensitivities are affecting more and more Americans. All of these conditions are caused by immune system dysfunction. Our system designed to defend our bodies has failed us. 15 formerly easily treatable microorganisms are now partially or in many instances totally resistant to treatment. It seems new deadly strains appear almost monthly. Tuberculosis. The World Health Organization predicts that 1 billion, 1 in 9 people worldwide will have tuberculosis by the year 2020. And drug-resistant strains are already appearing in American cities. The Centers for Disease Control in Atlanta predicts that the next worldwide influenza epidemic will cause 60 million deaths, with over 1 million here in the United States. Cancer incidence is up by 44% since 1950, and we're nowhere near a cure for cancer, despite isolated successes and despite the fact that billions and billions of dollars have been spent on research and treatment. It's now predicted that sometime in the next 12 months, cancer will replace heart disease as the #1 killer of Americans. There are 67 identified autoimmune diseases, including diabetes, multiple sclerosis, inflammatory bowel diseases, lupus, and rheumatoid arthritis. Americans spend hundreds of millions of dollars on treatment for allergies, on antihistamines, decongestants, allergy shots, and steroid dose packs. 40% of Americans have significant allergies. All of these conditions, infections, cancer, autoimmune diseases, and allergies, are immune system dysfunctions. And immune system dysfunction can be understood simply as an immune system that is out of balance, either underreacting or overreacting. If our immune system overreacts to something already in our body, if it overreacts against ourselves, we have an autoimmune disease. If it overreacts to something from outside our body, from an external threat, we develop an allergic reaction. And if our immune system underreacts to a threat from within our bodies, from an internal threat, we can develop cancer. And underreaction to an external threat can cause infections from bacteria, viruses, fungal organisms, and parasites. So you can see how important our immune system is. It must be balanced, and it must be able to react in order to protect us. We don't go from perfect health to some health catastrophe, at least not usually. What actually happens is that we gradually slide down the path toward illness as we place more and more burdens on our immune system until it can no longer defend us. Transfer Factor Plus provides our bodies with ingredients that can give our immune system the two qualities which best provide us with immune system power: intelligence and strength. We want our immune system to know how to fight, and we want it to have the tools it needs to fight. Intelligence and strength. Transfer Factor Plus. Transfer Factor Plus contains 6 state-of-the-art ingredients protected by 3 patents and multiple trademarks. It heralds a whole new concept and a new era in disease prevention through immune system stimulation that has never been available before. The intelligence infused into our immune system is created by transfer factor, and the strength is provided by the following ingredients: beta-1,3-D glucan, beta-glucan for short, asamannan from aloe vera, cordyceps, an ancient Chinese fungal extract, inositol hexaphosphate, or IP6, and the thymic protein called Thyrex. So let's discuss each of these ingredients so that you can understand the importance of each. Transfer factor makes our immune system smart. Do you remember having chickenpox as a child? Have you ever wondered why you probably haven't had chickenpox again? Do you have any idea how a vaccine has protected you against the disease? Well, the answer to both of these questions is the same: transfer factor. Transfer factor gives our immune system the ability to have memory. The first time the chickenpox virus entered your body, you didn't recognize it, and you became ill before you finally figured out what it was, and you finally defeated it. But once you'd recovered, you now had its identity forever locked into your immune system, because your body developed a little molecule which was imprinted with the appearance of the chickenpox virus. If you had chickenpox, those little molecules are circulating in your body right now as you watch this video. The difference between illness and wellness is a numbers game. If a germ like the chickenpox virus enters your body and can multiply faster than your immune system cells can multiply, you become ill. But if your immune system cells can multiply faster than the germ is defeated and you remain well. Early recognition of the germ allows your immune system to win the numbers game, and transfer factor memory molecules provide early recognition. The chickenpox virus can later enter your body and it's instantly defeated because of a massive immune system response, and you don't become ill. Transfer factor gives us the ability to have resistance, and resistance gives us the ability to have what is called immunity. Immunity, isn't that a wonderful word? It means we're invulnerable. It means we're protected. Wouldn't it be miraculous if we could discover a way to have our immune system trained so that it could protect us against literally hundreds and hundreds of disease-causing germs? Well, let's return to the video and see how this might happen. Wouldn't it be wonderful if we had a transfer factor machine that could stamp out transfer factor memory molecules for every known germ, so we could have immunity to nearly every germ that could threaten us? Well, we do, and that machine is called Bessie the cow. And Bessie has provided us with the first way to have protection from disease that's been discovered since Edward Jenner discovered the principle of the vaccine over 200 years ago. This is the most important discovery ever announced in preventive medicine. Now let me repeat that statement. This is the most important discovery ever announced in preventive medicine. And I want you to listen and watch carefully and let me teach you. It's important for you and your family and for everyone you can share this information with. Transfer factors, those protective memory molecules, are the same for all species of mammals. And mammals are defined as any species that produces milk to nourish their offspring. Cows nurse their young, and humans nurse their young. So both cows and humans are mammals. Let me repeat now, all mammals produce transfer factor memory molecules that are molecularly identical. This discovery was one of two momentous discoveries made within the past 10 years. The other discovery was that all transfer factors are transferred to newborns right at and after birth through the mother's first maternal milk, called colostrum. This is nature's way of protecting the newborn from disease, because the newborn has spent its first months in the sterile environment of the womb, and it doesn't know how to recognize germs. But when it nurses, the mother transfers her transfer factors into the newborn, and this allows it to survive. Newborn humans who aren't nursed survive because we keep them in a sterile or near-sterile environment until their immune systems can mature. But for all other mammals, nursing right after birth is the difference between health and illness, and it's often the difference between life and death. Does a light suddenly turn on in your mind? If colostrum is packed with all of a cow's transfer factors, and we could discover a way to remove them and put them in a capsule, and consume them on a daily basis. Do you see what this could mean? It means we could transfer that ability to recognize disease-causing germs into our bodies, just as the mother transfers that ability into her newborn. It means we could extend the same benefits that the newborn receives into our childhood and into our adulthood and throughout our advanced years and throughout our entire lives. Cows come into contact with every known germ because they have terrible, unsanitary habits. They muck around in a germ-filled world, full of viruses and bacteria, full of fungal organisms, full of parasites, and they survive because they have heroic immune systems. Let's use just one germ as an example. A cow comes into contact with a virus. Its immune system defeats that virus, and the cow produces a transfer factor specific for that virus. It moves that transfer factor into its colostrum for the protection, for the education of its newborn. We take some of that colostrum and filter it through a patented filtration process and remove that transfer factor, and we put it in a capsule and we consume it. Now we have protection. We have the ability to resist disease from that virus because we have early recognition and we win the numbers game. What you just saw, this transfer of immune system recognition, is now possible for hundreds of disease-causing germs. We can fortify our immune system with hundreds of recognition codes of bacteria, viruses, parasites, and fungal organisms. And it's the safe, natural way to strengthen our immune system. Because even if you have a milk allergy, you can take transfer factor because the lactose and other milk ingredients have been removed by the patented filtration process. Transfer factor has other properties which are as equally important as its ability to recognize germs and to give us early recognition so we can win